Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Whenever we look at successful people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates, we always wonder, what are they thinking in their minds? How can they be so successful? What is the mindset that makes them so successful? In today's video, I'll talk about how to utilize both long-term and short-term mindset to create a mindset of success. Let's start by talking about the long-term mindset. So yeah, people generally say that the long-term mindset is better, and that's actually quite true, because long-term value is usually always better than short-term gratification. Now let's talk about a few benefits if you have the long-term mindset. If you have the long-term mindset, you usually look at the forest instead of the tree. Basically, you look at benefit from a greater level instead of from a small single benefit. Yeah, so you care about things that are bigger instead of just getting one. Or people that have long-term mindset usually start with the end in mind. So basically they have a very grand goal first instead of trying to just take minor benefits along the way. And here's an example. Basically, if we talk about savings, if you have a long-term mindset and you decided to start on 25 years old, you can actually get $160,000 by 65. However, if at 25 you decide to have some fun, and not start saving so early, and you only start that during 35 years old, there's a huge difference in the result. By 65, you only get barely above 80,000. That's why this clearly shows the benefit of a long-term mindset. Now, let's talk about short-term mindset. So yeah, like what we talked about just now, long-term value is better than short-term gratification. So is there any good in short-term? Short-term isn't good, right? I mean, most of the time it isn't, because whenever you try to look for things that are in the short term, when you drink, it's fun right now, but then it won't be fun once you get a hangover. When you spend money right now, like spend on a new iPhone, getting a new iPhone every year, it's fun when you get that new iPhone. But when it comes to the end of the month, when you need to pay bills and everything, you suffer. That's the thing. That's why we say that short-term mindset isn't really a good thing. But now we'll actually talk about the benefits of short-term mindset and how we can use short-term mindset to help us get the long-term value. So starting with a few benefits that short-term mindset might give. First, we have to understand that us as humans are not conditioned to look at the long term. We are usually not ready for long term because they are too far, too scary. And one thing, we believe in what we see. So let's say if you have a long-term goal, and when the goal is a bit too far, and when you keep doing it now, it doesn't show any progress, it will actually demotivate you. So in the end, it actually defeats the purpose. Instead of while you actually have a very grand long-term plan, but because it's so hard to see the progress starting now, it's very hard starting, so you might just give up in the beginning. Therefore, we need some short-term goal to help us to prevent this from happening, prevent stopping at all. So now, here's an example. Just now we talked about saving 100 per month. But maybe for some people, saving 100 a month is actually something really hard. Imagine that you have to cut your expenses suddenly by 100 per month. So instead of starting with saving 100 per month, maybe start with saving $10 per month. $10 per month, it's relatively easy to cut to save, right? So we start from saving $10 per month with a goal of saving $100 per month. This is what we call a short-term goal. So you start with $10 this month, maybe next one you cut and you increase it to 20, sorry, you increase 10 to 20, and even 30 if it's possible, and slowly build up to 100. And by 100, you can start another short-term goal where you want to start saving 200. By doing this, it actually makes it easier to reach your long-term goal because you're taking small steps at a time instead of thinking, I want to get 160k when I'm 65. This is how short-term goal might actually help your long-term goal. Now, let me talk about combining both long-term and short-term goal into the mindset for success. At this point, I believe you can see that why both are actually helpful, because long-term goal might be too tough to achieve and short-term goal, when combined together, they can achieve great results. So instead of doing everything to reach the long-term goal, we should have multiple short-term goals in the middle to make that long-term goal less overwhelming. Imagine suddenly looking at, oh my god, I need to wait for like 40 years before I can achieve 160k. Like, that is really hard, right? And then when you see like your wallet is nowhere near 160k, you might feel demotivated, because yes, it's not that easy. That is why we start from saving 10 per month, slowly growing to 100. That is your short-term goal. When you have done that, maybe you start increasing to 200 something, and with the long-term goal that ultimately I want to save at least 160,000 by 65. That is one way of combining both short-term goal and long-term goal, so that you actually can see your progress, because by saving 10 per month, growing to 20, you can see that, damn, I'm actually saving more. You're not caring about, is my money closer to 160k? You're just caring about, am I saving more this time? Another example would be actually starting YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now. When you want to start a YouTube, one simple long-term goal that I have is actually get my YouTube monetized. So I need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in 1 year period. If I keep looking at that goal every single day or every single week when I post a video, I'll get easily demotivated, because my numbers are nowhere close there. I grow like less than 10 subscribers per day with maybe around 20 watch hour per week, so that is relatively far. But if I need to know that, of course that is hard because there's many steps in between, so I'll split all those steps into short-term goals. The short-term goals can be like, I'll need to start by uploading video constantly week by week, regardless of quality, because I need to make sure that I can commit into creating videos every single week. That's first. After I can easily achieve that short-term goal completed, then I will go with improving the video content, writing better scripts, or even like making better editing and all that. And after that, maybe I can consider optimizing my title, my descriptions, my tagging and all that to make sure that there's far wider reach, or even titles and thumbnail make it more interesting. So it's a step-by-step process. If I just keep thinking of trying to get monetized and then I try to compress all those steps together at once, it will be very overwhelming. I'll get very tired and there's no results, and therefore I may just give up. That's why the mindset for success requires the combination from long-term goal and short-term goal together, so that you will reach your goal easier and more enjoyable. I'll say that. Thanks everyone for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, do like, share and subscribe. Maybe consider checking out this video up here, suggested by YouTube. Maybe if you're interested in a podcast, you can check out the Ink Thoughts podcast, which is a podcast created by me and my girlfriend Verene, where we discuss about incongruous thoughts in our daily life. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.